Hey everyone, and welcome to our team meeting. It is, October the 21st. We are doing this as a re-recording because we ran into some technical issues and I didn't want to do this as a two-parter. So just to give you guys a heads up, today we are only talking about chapter 5 and 6. You guys know I've had kind of a crazy week on our family side, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be doing an extra training for today. It is just going to be chapter 5 and 6. For next week, just as a heads up, it is going to be my Nana's funeral on Saturday. So our team meeting for Sunday, I might actually be rescheduling it for Monday at 9. If you guys can't make it, I completely get it. It will be recorded so you guys can watch it after the fact. But I'll let you guys know as the weekend goes on just how things go at that point. But it will either be for Sunday or for the Monday at 9, so either or. Okay, so again, we're going to start off with chapter 5. Again, we're just doing these as short notes to cover over the books. We're not going to go completely into detail. So chapter 5 was absolutely one of my favorite chapters, and it was absolutely amazing because it was really talking about, first of all, the rules that she outlined in the book. So the very first one is don't let any one person or conversation slow you down or distract you from your goals. You guys, I have talked about this before. This is such a big part because you meet different people from all different sides and parts of their life. Don't ever let one person distract you from your goals. Okay, we're in the side for customer service and the whole part of it. Just don't change what you want and what you want your outcome to be just because of one person. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Number 2, our job is not to get what we want. It is to help other people get what they want. This is your customers and for your team members as well, right? And this makes complete sense. Number 3, think about whetting your prospects' appetite. This is huge. This is something that we've talked about, but I love how she just puts it out there. So you want them to want a closer look. Okay, you want them to be more intrigued to learn more. Okay, you want them to be looking for their next appointment date or the next class that they could take or the next oil camp. Right? So anything like that, you want them interested. Number 4, be you. Be a confident you. Be prepared. Not going to lie. Sometimes you guys have to do this on the fly. Okay, I can tell you the other day I left to go do a consult and I forgot to check my oils and I had taken out my frankincense, I had taken out my lemon, and I had taken out my copaiba out of my bag because they were all in the kitchen. Okay, so just try to be as prepared as you can, but again, sometimes you do have to do this on the go. Okay. Number 5, perfection is the absolute lowest standard you can have for yourself because it's impossible to maintain. You guys, I want you guys to know this no matter what. We're human. We're not going to be perfect. This is something that I tell my daughter. Ariana will come up to me and be like, Mommy, you're perfect. Thanks, sweetie, but no, I'm not. Okay? Right? I'll tell her that flat out. Mommy's not perfect. Mommy sure wishes she was, but I'm not perfect. Ariana, you're absolutely fantastic, but you're not perfect either. Right? So just remember that we're not perfect. Everybody is human. Everybody has the things that they're really, really good at, but we also have the things that we need to work on. Okay, so this is where we work as a team, and I can tell you that this is huge for our team because there's things that I'm not good at. You guys, I ask for help, so I can tell you that this week I had Shelly working on some papers for me because it was more teacher stuff that's her domain. Simone has helped me out a ton with the paperwork that we've had to do. So does my mom. So make sure that if you guys need help, ask for it, okay? Especially within our team, we have people here from all different backgrounds, so use it to your advantage, okay? Number 6, this one is another big one. Don't be in convincing mode. If you feel like you're dragging your customer to a purchase or to enrollment, you are in convincing mode. Don't be in convincing mode. This would actually go back to where last week we talked about pain. So the pain and then taking the pain away. So you're black and you're white. Okay. So this is really where if you have that black and white, you shouldn't be convincing mode. Okay. But that can work in different aspects. Just don't be in convincing mode. Number 7, listen. Listening is a very important thing that you need to learn. Not just for your healthcare practice, but in life, I think. So a lot of us like to talk more than we like to listen. So really, really listen to your clients, listen to your team as well. The more that you listen, the more that you learn about your prospects or your team, the more that you can show them why or what you have to offer that they're looking for. Okay. Number 8, work from appointment to appointment. So your appointments should be no more than 24 hours apart. Okay. I know for us that's a little bit hard with some things, but say you've had an appointment and you need to follow up, make sure it's within 24 hours. If you're booking something else from your first conversation, at least have it booked within 24 hours. Okay. 9's a good one as well. So don't prematurely count your chickens. This is huge because if you count on something coming in, you're not prospecting for others. Okay. So this is basically like somebody told you that, yes, they're going to enroll. They're just waiting for their check to come in. Okay, great. But guess what? You're still looking for other prospects. Because what if that check doesn't come in? What if they tell you next week, oh, my car broke down? Or, oh, I forgot I had this MasterCard payment to go through. Or next week is mortgage is coming out, right? So don't count your chickens before they hatch. This actually goes with LRP orders as well. Until they've gone through, because it might be a MasterCard that's expired, it might be funds that have been declined, anything like that, okay? So it all works the same. Number 10, lead with the business discussion, then referrals, then products and services. So this is very different from the doTERRA culture that we all know of. We normally start with the products. Now our products normally is how our customers start off, but there's some that would bring on the business only if they knew about it. Okay, so don't wait 6 months, a year, 2 years, or further down the road. So, and by putting it out there, let me actually put this out there for you guys as a challenge, is that every single person that you speak to, within the first few conversations, so say between your 3rd to 5th conversation, you guys should be having a business talk in there at some point, because just don't keep on waiting for it to go on, right? This can be also when you're sampling your clients. You don't even have to wait for them to enroll. When you're sampling your clients, you can use a script like this. So I'll follow up with you on Friday to see how the breathe is working for you. So just like when you go to the doctors, not everything is a perfect match. So we can figure something out as well. But I want you to know that once you find something that works, you're going to have a hard time not telling everybody about it or not sharing with your family, right? So whatever works best, okay? Or you're going to want to try something out for your friend. So it already shows them that sharing part of doTERRA, okay? Also with our class scripts or our one-on-one scripts, we go over the 3 pathways. So number 1 is a user, so the person who is absolutely loving the products for themselves. The second person is, as we're going through the oils, if something comes up that you think, oh, my mom would absolutely love that oil, or my sister, this would really work for her, or I wish my girlfriend was here. Right? So if there's something that somebody that you're thinking about, then please let us know and we can help either have them come in for a consult or a class or even meet over tea or coffee. Right? So that's teaching them right there how do we share the oils. And then third way is that if you're really into alternative healthcare and you're looking at what I'm doing and you know that you could do this too, then you can either supplement your income or completely replace your income. And if that's something that you're interested, then please let me know and we can discuss that. Okay, so that's your three-way script already done for you. Okay, it's all about making the sharing comfortable for them. So that if they want to host a class, this is what other people do. This is completely how we do things. Okay. Or once they enroll, would you be interested in learning on how to cover your orders on a monthly basis or making some extra income? How easy is that to say to somebody? The biggest thing I want you guys to think about is ask people. Ask them a question. Because the worst thing somebody can ever tell you is no. And then that doesn't change them not doing it before anyways. And this is not just for your doTERRA business. This is for everything. Because when it comes down to it, you not asking questions is not getting anything done. And the more you ask questions, the more answers you get. And no just means not ask. So if you ask somebody who just enrolled, would you be interested in learning more on how to cover your orders on a monthly basis? Like, no, not, I'm okay for that. That doesn't mean you can't go and reassess it in 4 months. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at that point, they've got the oils. They might already be sharing it anyways. So let's react this and see if we can take it from a different side. Okay. Also, that should have chapter 5 is voicemails. So when you're leaving a voicemail, don't ramble on about doTERRA and all the amazing things that it does and co-impact sourcing and free. No. So what I normally do is when you are leaving a voicemail is to simply say, hey, Sarah, it's Judith. I'm sorry I missed you. I know you were interested in coming in for one of my free health consults. What I'll do is I'll try to give you a call back today after supper time. If I don't get you, then I'll just try to give a call back tomorrow. Okay? Or you can say, hey, Judith, it's Sarah. I'm so sorry I missed you. I just wanted to pick your brain about something. If you can give me a call back later on today, I'm free at 8. If I don't hear back from you, I'll give you a quick call tomorrow afternoon. Okay, and you guys can just kind of change your times depending on what's working best. Okay? But just leaving it kind of short and quick. You don't just want to be rambling on. And if you guys are leaving a voicemail, then make sure you're sending a text to go with it as well. Okay, and the text should be basically the exact same thing. Also, everything should be about them. So really, really think about this part. So it should be about them. So when we talked last week about pain versus no pain, this will make it very, very easy and individualized for that specific person. And remember, it's not about us. Okay, and you should be doing this for every single person that you speak with. Okay, the other thing is that if people are truly just not interested, that's fine, guys. You guys got to remember that every single person you speak to about doTERRA is not going to be interested in doTERRA, and that's not a problem. Every single consult that you have might not close off a customer in doTERRA, and that is completely fine. And you guys should know that going right into it anyways. But you should be asking for referrals. Okay, so we are a group-oriented, a sharing-oriented company, and that's how we go with our team. So when you guys are speaking to somebody, if you're not closing them off, and even if you are closing them off, you should still be asking for referrals. And how she describes it, when you're asking for referrals, you should be describing the person that you're trying to look for. And that person should be the person you're speaking with. So if you're speaking to a mom, you can be saying that, well, I'm looking for somebody who has kids, who maybe works 9 to 5, and you're describing that person that you're talking to. Okay. Also, if they're not interested in the business side of things, then don't let them leave without talking about the product, because it doesn't matter where they are, what stage in their life there is. We have products for everybody. So if it's a long-term health condition, you guys can go through the books and find out what specifically that they need to help. If they have sleeping problems, if they have chronic pains, if they have digestive issues, if they have skin issues, if they have kids, if they have older aging parents, you name it, we got it. So help them in on that aspect of it. This is another one for you guys. So if you are working with a client and they don't enroll at that same time, it's absolutely amazing if they do, because it makes your job so much easier, but you're still going to have those clients who need to go double check it with their husband, or they want to double check amounts before they actually put it through, or they just ran out of time, right? Some people are really, they only came in for half an hour, they got to go, okay? You need to follow up with them within 24 hours. And this isn't because we're hounding after them or running them down, but it's actually because what they said, we actually cared about them, right? And remembering that we are in the healthcare field, we're in here to help people, then we're actually calling because we were listening to them, because we heard their pain and we're listening. Okay, so it shows that their concerns are important to us. So you could call them and say, hey, I know we weren't able to finish up yesterday, or that we weren't able to make a decision yesterday. I wanted to follow up and answer any questions that are still outstanding. What can I help you with? Okay, and let them go from there, and you guys can go through questions and troubleshoot. Okay, so those were the parts that she had gone over in chapter 5. Also, Dawn had brought up a very, very, very important point in our meeting yesterday morning. And it was a quote from Oprah. And it was, nervousness is a selfish emotion. And you guys, I can't stress that enough. Okay, that's a huge point. So if you can't talk to somebody, if you can't say hi at a grocery store, if you can't say hi to a mom when you're out with your kids at the park, if you can't do a follow-up, that's on you. That is you. It's thinking about you the whole time. That nervousness is you. Okay? Because when it really comes down to it, not being rude, people don't give two hoots about you, because everybody is worried about themselves and what they're doing, their life, their kids, their work, the hours they have in their day. Okay? And I can tell you, last night I got a call out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. It was 8 o'clock at night, number that I didn't know. And it was a lady from a place that I had dropped off some papers to. And it was funny because when I dropped it off, it wasn't for a lady. It was actually for a guy that ran the place. And she was just calling back my number because I had left a voicemail. So I was chit-chatting with her, and it was just awkward because wasn't expecting it. And when I said who I was and what I had done, I dropped off papers, and I'd like to go back in and speak with them about essential oils for alternative healthcare and support, she was awkward because it was, I can see that she was obviously looking to call back a client and not to call back a different line, right? If that makes sense. But the biggest thing is, it was just a very awkward conversation. It's like, okay, well, we'll look into it. We'll give you a call back. For me, I'm still going to call back in a couple days because I still want to speak with the person that I had dropped off my paperwork for. But I can tell you something, that as soon as that conversation was done, it was done. Right? I'm not worried about her because I know my next steps. And I'm sure as hell sure that she's not worried about me. And then probably the very first thing she did was scratch my name off of her list of callbacks. Okay? And I want to bring this up as well. So I always go back to the kids because we teach them this when they're younger and then we stop. And I don't understand why. Why we teach all of our kids the right things, so why don't we keep on going with it? And this has actually come up before for us. So if someone tells Ariane she has a funny shirt, most kids actually last year went after her hair, because Ariane's hair is different from the kids in her class. This is what I tell her. Maybe not quite like this. But what the hell does it matter what somebody else thinks of you? And I want you to think of that when you were going to school. How much you thought what the cool kids thought of you. And as soon as you're done school, what do those cool kids become? What does it matter what somebody else thinks of you? It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay? I want you to really, really think about that. And at the same point in time, do you really think people have the time to worry about you because you said hi to them, because you started up a quick conversation with them? They're too worried about themselves to give two hoots about you. And even if you do find that one person, what does it matter what anybody thinks about you? Because I know everybody on this team. I know you guys very well. I wouldn't say anything negative about any of you guys because you guys are strong and independent and caring and outgoing. So what is anybody going to say within a few minute conversation that should have any feeling in here for you guys? Because I can say when I go out and meet people, nobody's going to come up to me and say, I'm not even going to say this on here, but they're not going to come out and say, oh, you're nasty. Blah, blah. It's not going to happen. So what are you guys being nervous and scared of to talk to people? Okay, so this is really where this comes from in here, that nervousness that doesn't need to be there. And it's the same thing that we teach our kids, is that what does it matter what anybody thinks of you? Because you're strong enough in here. Okay, so you guys need to know that when you guys are speaking to people, when you guys are going out there talking to new clients, to new people, to prospecting, to all that, you guys are strong in here. You guys don't need to be nervous. And once you guys do something once, you guys got it and you guys can go. Okay, so that's my rant. That's what I teach my daughter. You guys, all strong women on here, you guys got this. Okay. So that's basically it from chapter 6. Sorry, from chapter 5. So chapter 6 is she's interested, now what? Okay. So again, this was another great chapter that we got into. So everything you say and you do should be about helping someone to make the decision for them. Okay. It's not about you. It's not about where they would fit in your business or what kind of customer they might be or what kind of network that they have. That stuff does not matter. Okay? And this is actually one of the best parts that I took about chapter 6. You can't be attached to the outcome of one single conversation. Okay? Let's repeat this. You can't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. You guys, this is big. That's a big, big, big line, okay? And also remember this. The more conversations you have, you will find the right people, okay? So, and I've had this come bite me in the butt. This is why I want to stress this part. If you peg one person and you're going to be highly disappointed later on if you keep on just saying that this one person is going to be this one person is going to be this. One, because you've counted that, you're going to stop prospecting. And 2, because it's something that you want. It may or may not work for a while, but it may or may crash later on. Okay? So that's not what we want to do in the long run. So the best thing you can do, this is customer or builder, ask questions. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. So, would you like to learn more? Does this interest you? Are you curious to want to learn more? Does it sound like a right fit for you? Okay, because as you're going through this, again, like I just said, the worst thing that they're ever going to say is no. Okay, that's fine. Because what do we know? No means not now. It doesn't mean that it's not something that we can come back to in a couple of months. So always remember that. But I just want you to realize you can't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. Okay, so just remember that when you're going into things. And this is just like when we say, when we do our follow-ups, it's okay, so I just got to kind of figure out where I'm going to put you on my team. So one, we talked about a user, so you can talk about what it is to be a user. Are you a sharer? Talk about a sharer, and then talk about a builder. Whatever their answer is, that is what you're working with. Okay, so if you have one of your closest friends that you are, sorry guys, that you're bringing in for a consult, and you know this person, they're a personal friend of yours, you know them, you know what they're capable of, you know the network, you know everything about them, but they say that they're a user, they're a user. Put them as a user. If they go and decide to be a share builder later on, that is fantastic, but don't put somebody who says that they are a user at a builder's position and then be upset when they don't build. Okay, so you guys, literally, whatever they say is what goes. And the more conversations you have, you will find the right people. They will come. So again, you guys, I'm doing this after our team meeting because of the technical issues. Shelly was one of them. So Shelly on our team, she was one of my customers, one of my long-term customers that was ongoing for ages, and didn't ask her. I asked her once or twice to share. She was kind of sharing quietly by herself, but didn't want it. Didn't want the business, and now look at her fly, and she's building and she's going because it's a right fit for her and it's right for her now. Okay, but it's not that I brought her on thinking that this is what she was going to do. That's not what she wanted to do, so I put her where she needed to go. Right, so people can and will change later on. So just be very aware of that, and just let them, don't put them where you're going to get disappointed. Take it for what they tell you. Okay. Also, less is more. So this is huge as well. This book is absolutely fantastic. You guys, I'm really learning a lot, and I absolutely love what we've been doing in the team meetings. So less is more. We actually went over this when we were talking about our business plans and some of the things that our fears were. So less is always more. Okay, this doesn't matter if it's your business story, your product story, your information, stuff that you're sending to your customers. Less is more. Okay, you want to keep people intrigued. And if you tell them everything, then they're done. Right? If you go and give them everything, I can tell you I did this a couple of weeks ago, and I sent off an email and I sent off every link possible. And guess where that email probably went to? In the garbage, because it's so overwhelming. So I know when I had to send one off 2 days ago, it was for 2 different things. So I sent a link for each. That was it. Okay, so less is more. Remember, you want to keep people intrigued. You wanted them to be like, oh, that was good. What else you got? That's the kind of idea you want to go with, okay? And that's basically the biggest part of chapter 6, other than three-way calls. So that's what we're going to get into. So three-way calls is something that is very, very underused. I actually only used it a bit when I first started with doTERRA. But this three-way calls really, really help legitimize you. Okay, this is one thing that I love with Oil Camp, because I get tired of being the person who's like, oh, using oil for this. The supplements are the best. They're the #1 sellers. Put you into Oil Camp, you're going to learn about it from other people. And that legitimizes you. Your three-way calls work the exact same way. So use them, okay? This can be for your customers. It can be for your builders, okay? Your upline can train you on how to handle objectives, how to bring a close for a customer, how to bring along a prospect, how to figure out where builders are going, all that kind of stuff, okay? So what happens is your downline, their responsibilities is basically to confirm the call from the day before. It is to prep your upline. So there's certain questions that your upline needs answered before the call. Okay. Your job is basically to make the call. So this is what's going to go on the day of. So your job is to make the call to your prospect first, then merge to your upline. You will then introduce your upline. And then your job is to specifically watch the time. So three-way calls should only be 15 to 20 minutes. And if you guys are getting a little bit longer, your job is to say, hey, it's getting late. I know you had other things to do. Why don't we just do one more question before you go? Okay, that's it. That's your job. Okay, what needs to be discussed before as well, so as you guys are arranging a time for your three-way call, is you need to discuss with your upline what this call is actually for. Okay, what is the purpose of this call? What is the goal you want out of this? Otherwise, there's no reason why we're doing this in the first place. Okay, so are you closing a customer? Are you enrolling for the business? Are you doing a 14-day move where, so you have a builder and you don't actually know what kind of builder you have, where they need to be? Okay, say a business builder who is building the business but not doing the activities, where you need that third person to step in. Okay, your upline's job and what they basically do is they take the pressure off of you because they're not invested. So you guys, this really, really helps you along the way. And what they do is they figure out where things need to get moved to and what needs to get done in order to move forward. Okay, we do need to figure out the pain points as well. So just like before, so each person, black and white, the pain points. And that's why that exercise was so important that we did from last week's meeting, right? Because this is going to be specific for each person, no matter what they're coming in here for, customer or for builder. Okay, so if you didn't do it, you should be doing it, and also with your homework. So you guys make sure you guys are posting up your homework as well, okay? We need to know what they're interested in. So if we're doing products or business, and we need to ask more questions to find out more about them, okay? We need to be able to share some business facts with them. This is brief stuff, right? We're not being on the phone for them for very long. Why doTERRA is different, compensation plans, earnings if we're doing the business stuff. I actually already went in, so our meeting from Saturday morning, Dawn posted up a very good business script. I've already put it into our group, so it's there in the discussion side, okay? And then we basically ask any questions and answer them, or have them ask questions and we answer them for them, okay? We help with objectives, so products or business. And then at the end, we basically do like a scale of 1 to 10. So say we were doing a business consult, be like, so this is what we've gone over. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? And let them answer honestly. Because if you go through business consults and they're interested in the business, but you weren't too sure where they are, where you're doing placements, and they're only at a 4, well, guess what? That person's not going on your front line, right? Because it's pretty self-explanatory, right? So that's really where your 3-way calls will come in and help you. If you guys have time, your upline can close if it's a customer, okay? But if they do need to leave, like if the call is getting late, what your job is to actually thank your downline for coming on, and your downline will actually give you the next steps. So once you're saying thank you for the call, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go, but this is what you guys need to be closing off. So that person will go, and now it's just the 2 of you guys, and they've already given you what you guys need to work on, okay? And it's honestly, the 3-way calls that I've done have been so helpful, because it's funny that when you talk to somebody over and over again, when you bring somebody else in who knows the products, who knows the business, who knows this side, who talks with them, it's amazing the things that come out that never came out to you, okay? What else was I gonna say? So, yep, so the business script is there as well. So as a customer side, what the 3-way call will be is basically pain, the products, questions, and objectives. From doing it for builder, we're doing the pain, business and what's available, questions and objectives. And it's literally just that simple, okay? So that's literally it from chapter 5 and 6. So it was quite a lot of stuff, but honestly, guys, I'm absolutely loving this book because we're covering so much stuff. So homework, you guys make sure if you guys haven't posted up your homework from previously that you are going to get on there and do your business script, your product script, and all the other good stuff. So there's parts to post up on our team page for you. Your next homework is to read chapters 7 and 8. I am super excited for chapter 7. It's called I Object. Okay? Like last week and the week before, you should be finding 10 new contacts. Remember when I said this isn't about you? So it's not about your nervousness or about anything else. It's about finding 10 new contacts. We're always aiming for 10 a week. You should be following up with your follow-ups from last week, so your contacts from last week. And you guys should be getting classes on the books because of these contacts that you're talking to. So what are we? So we're October the 21st, so you guys have a whole week. There should be a class in there this week and next week, so you guys should have a class in there next week. Don't forget about post-convention next Thursday as well. So that is going to be super fun. You guys should actually be having a car full of your people coming down. So make sure we're arranging some carpooling. Your homework as well is to find 2 other people in this group to do a 3-way call. So Shelly already has a partner. I think Simone already has a partner as well from Dawn's team. So everybody else needs to find a partner. So what you're going to do is a 3-way call. One person's going to be the upline, one person's going to be the downline, one person is going to be the customer, and you guys are going to do 20 minutes each and then swap and change positions. So you guys will basically need to do it 3 times, so you guys need an hour, okay, to do this. Remember, this is practice. This is not to be perfect. This is how we learn. But at least now you guys get to learn together versus learning with your customers and the general public. Okay, so take advantage of it. Also, what we went over is, this is another one that I actually really like. No one can hold you hostage but yourself. So don't let being nervous or fear of failure hold you back. You guys don't live with regrets. Don't ever live with regrets of what could have been. Okay? And Holly posted up a very, very good link this week that I'm going to share in our group. It's how much is it costing you not to hit your rank. And you guys, this is huge. You guys have all done the training with me, basically. I think there's only 2 more of you guys left to do. If you guys aren't hitting your ranks that you guys want to be, you guys have set 30, 60, 90-day goals at this point in time. First, you need to be speaking with me or your upline and really looking at what that's costing you. Because if you're only short by 1 or 2 enrollments, is that going for, are you going for Premier? Are you going for Silver? Are you going for something else? What is it costing you not to hit your rank? So I'm going to actually post it up in the group so you guys can see it as well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. You guys need to confirm your 3-way calls. So make sure you're doing that. Post up your homework. Get in your 10 new contacts to your follow-ups and classes. You guys got a busy week ahead. Let me know if there's any questions. Again, I will keep you guys posted on if we're doing a Sunday night meeting next week or if it's going to be Monday night. Again, you guys, with me changing the date, if you guys can't get on there, don't worry, just do the recording because I'm the one changing the date on you guys. So you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys this week. Bye for now.